an interception in the end zone on the second to last play of the first half that stopped a Memorial drive. So here's a look at some halftime highlights. This is Trevor Spates, one of his touchdown runs. And this is the one, I think, his second touchdown that went for 60 yards. He also had one for 56 in this game, giving him 2 touchdowns in the game and 4 rushing TDs on the year. And then here's one for Weslaco. This is Eric Gonzalez going right up the middle. Watch him protect that football there at the last second. Good sign of good coaching there. And 5 touchdowns for Weslaco by 4 different players in that first half. And they lead it here 34-14. Spates with both Memorial touchdowns. See if we can take a look at the halftime stats before this kickoff here by David Almadas there at the 40-yard line. In our first half, it was a lot of rushing by both teams. As you see, Weslaco edge in first downs 12-5. The passing yards, none for Weslaco, but you don't need it when you get almost 300 yards rushing. And Memorial, a little bit more balanced. They had 40 passing and 188 was the total. You saw the penalties a little bit high, but not bad. But the big thing is the 3 turnovers as we see the kickoff go out of the back of the end zone, and Weslaco will have the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yes, Mark, and the turnovers are the story of the game. The Mustangs, you know, they have to make sure that as we take a look at the screen, some of the halftime adjustments, they have to protect the football, and that's the story of the game. 2 turnovers led to 14 points for the Panthers, and then at the end of the game, at half, they had an opportunity to put up 7. You put those 3 scores together, 21 points, and they're down 20. So they have to continue to have an offensive balance, and they need to stop the run. It's been such a task. 300 yards is almost like having an entire game already.
I know stopping the run easier said than done, as Memorial comes out with 6 defensive linemen determined to stop that run. And they do on this play as they hand it off to number 28, Eric Gonzalez, going over the right side. And he's held to a gain of just 1.
A rare stop on Eric Gonzalez, who had a tremendous first half. But there's nothing fancy on Tony Berrial, coach for the Panthers. Most of the time you look at 11 players in the box. They are telling you most of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, we're going to run the ball. And let's see if you can do anything about it. So far, the Mustang defense has not been able to do anything about it.
So second down and 8, they call it. They give Gonzalez a gain of 2. Gonzalez again, same place, right side this time. He's hit at the 30-yard line and forced back. Tackled by number 8, Joseph De Leon. And he'll bring up 3rd down and about 5.
And a rare 3rd down for the Panthers. They really didn't get to too many 3rd downs in the first half, but a 3rd and 5, it's a good situation here. I would expect at this time, since Coach Berrial did have some success in the air. I don't know, Mark, what do you think? A short pass?
I think they might stick with the ground game here. As they go, they are 1 for 3 on 3rd down. They are going to hand it off left side this time, and it's Gonzalez for the 3rd straight time. He gets up to about the 33, and the Mustangs stop him, and they force a 3 and out here on the first possession of the 3rd quarter. So an auspicious beginning here for the McAllen defense.
And something, definitely the defensive side for Memorial making some adjustments and forcing a punt.
So I think there's just going to be the 2nd punt of the evening as we see Trevor Spates come out there for Memorial. In addition to being their tailback, he's also a kick and punt returner.
I was seeing this punter warming up, and he does kick the ball real high in the air.
Here goes the punt, high and deep, angling toward that right sideline, takes a Panther bounce and will go out of bounds. So they do their job there. They kick it away from Spates. It goes out at the Mustang 26-yard line. So it's about a 45-yard punt. Pretty good.
Well, it's high school football. Anytime you have a punt over 40 yards, it's more than good.
So the Mustangs, who had nearly 150 yards on the ground in the first half, will set up here at their own 26-yard line. 9:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. Quarterback is Emmanuel Garcia. Senior hands it off. Spates out of the tailback, and he breaks several tackles on his way in a burst all the way up to the 34. A pickup of 8. And he looked like if that had been a game of touch football, he would have been down right at the line of scrimmage, but nobody could maintain a hold on him as he slips about 4 tackles there.
Nice quick move, nice decision. As soon as he saw an opening, he took off. But Mark, the Mustangs, no surprise, they're also lining up 11 in the block, and they're telling you, we're going to run the ball.
So a wing right, they've got an eye backfield, they're going to toss it right. This is Spates going to wide side of the field. He picks up some blocking, and at the 40 has the first down, breaks a tackle near midfield, still fighting his way forward up to about the 45-yard line. Marvelous second effort there by the sophomore running back.
Very nice effort by Trevor Spates. They were trying to take the ball away from him, and there's no way he was going to allow anybody to take the ball away from him. As we take a look at the replay, nice patience. Once he puts on the speed, did a good job. You're not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. As you can take a look at right there, they were trying to take the ball away from him, and there's no way you're going to do that to sophomore Trevor Spates.
Eventually brought down by Eduardo Hilpas, senior defensive back there, number 25. And it's a run of 21 yards there for Spates, who is probably over 150 for the game now. First and 10 for Memorial at the Weslaco 44-yard line. Mustangs down by 20, but still plenty of time left. Early third quarter. Mustangs now have Johnson split wide to the left and a wing left. They toss it left. This is Spates. Has a convoy of blockers there. Fights his way across the 40, and I think the ball may have come out. He's down at about the 37-yard line, and they're saying he's down by contact. A couple of Panthers were jumping up and celebrating, so I think the ball did come out, but not until after Spates was down.
And a good job on the left side of the defense for the Panthers, making sure that Trevor Spates runs north and south. You don't want him getting to the east and west sidelines because it's usually bad news when he gets out there.
So again, they have a wing to the left side. They hand this off going right. This is Spates again off tackle, is stopped at the line, fights his way forward, and then the ball does come out. We'll have to see if they consider him down or not. And 3, Andrew Cavazos picks it up for the Panthers. No signal yet, and so I think it's still considered Mustang football. Well, that was close, and now the referee is calling for an official's timeout with 8:17 to play.
He already signaled it was a first down for the Mustangs.
So yeah,
Coach Villarreal is not happy. He's on the field complaining that he feels that it was a fumble.
We'll see if we can look at the replay.
Look at Coach Villarreal. He is not happy. He feels there was a fumble and maybe they killed the play too soon.
I think the Panthers called timeout just so they could argue the play.
That's the intensity of Coach Villarreal. I remember back in the day when he was a baseball coach. Actually, here at mcallen High School, he was an assistant. He was a JV coach. I used to umpire his games, and he was a feisty guy, but a very fair guy. I always enjoyed calling baseball games for him. Also, an excellent baseball coach.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the replay here. The ball does come out, but is Spates down?
Good
Officials ruled that he was down. See, they're tugging away at that ball. There you see the knee down, and there's the ball coming out. I think the knee was probably down beforehand, but can't quite tell definitively from that angle.
If they would have come up to us for a review, you and I would have said we cannot overturn the call, Mark, because you are right. His knee was on the ground. Good call. I'm going to have to call Tony after the game to let him know that he was arguing for no reason.
And he used up one of his timeouts as the Mustangs will hand it off on 1st and 10 to Spates again, who breaks more tackles, crosses the 30 up to about the 27. Gain of about 6 on the play.
And you know, Trevor Spates, people think that he's one of these guys that's an open field runner, that he's about making moves, but look at the toughness of this young man. I mean, he's getting pounded. He's getting hit, second effort. It takes more than just one hit to bring him down.
Reminds me of LaShawn McCoy a little bit of the Philadelphia Eagles with that tough runner, but also has a lot of speed, as Spates this time is upended by Cavazos for a loss back to about the 29. He was trying to turn the corner, but Cavazos is able to catch him at the ankles.
You got to be impressed by Andrew Cavazos. Anytime you can make a one-on-one tackle on Trevor Spates, you got to get 2 stars. Good job of going for the knees.
And this will bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs. The Mustangs have gone exclusively to the run here in the second half, but they are 2 for 6 on 3rd downs. See what they do here. They've got a wing left, and they're going to hand it off. Spates going up the middle, has some blockers, dodges a tackle, now has a first down and more, breaks another tackle, and dives forward inside the 10-yard line. Almost kept his balance in a race for the end zone, but still a terrific second effort by Spates. Gets it all the way 19 yards up to the 10-yard line where it'll be first and goal.
Put this one on Trevor Spates' highlight reel. Nice move right there to the left, and once he broke a tackle and broke a second tackle, and if it wasn't for losing his balance, he would have scored a touchdown.
They actually spot him at the 11-yard line, so the Mustangs can pick up one more first down short of the goal line. Hand it off to Spates, and he's caught in the backfield and falls forward for no gain.
Good job on the defensive side right there by Rene Perez. He had a good penetration, and before Trevor could take off, he was hitting the backfield.
So that brings up 2nd and 10 at the Weslaco 11-yard line. Sprinting up there is center Anthony Esparza. He'll snap it to quarterback Garcia. Alonso at the fullback and Spates at the tailback. They got an I backfield, 2 tight ends in there. And mishandled the snap on the handoff. Ball is still loose in the backfield. Weslaco appears to have it. Ball was loose at about the 16-yard line, and the Panthers come away with it after the 4th Mustang miscue of the game.
And this is something that Coach Littleton was trying to avoid. He talked about how his team has hurt themselves all year long, and they continue to do that. Peter Noriega, who earlier had an interception for a touchdown, hustling on that play to get the fumble recovery.
And what a heartbreaker it is for the Mustangs. That's the 2nd time tonight they've had the ball inside the Weslaco 20, only to turn it over and come away with no points. Handoff to Eric Gonzalez going around the right side, and he's stopped for little or no gain.
And the Panthers continue to exploit the right side, where they had a lot of success in the first half. But so far, that's the 3rd consecutive time that the Mustangs have done a good job of stopping that play.
So Mustang defense doing a good job so far early in this second half, trying to get some stops. They forced a 3-and-out last time, and now they have Weslaco. They actually credit them with 3 yards on that play on second effort. So 2nd down and 7. They hand this off to the fullback up the middle. That appears to be number 26, Javier Galvan. They've got about 5 or 6 different running backs. You can see they just shuffle in more running backs.
2 in and 2 out, and they don't lose anything on it. And that, what it does for your team also, it keeps them rested, Mark, because they're not running hard on every play or blocking on every play.
And Weslaco, one of those teams that still does it the traditional way. They bring in the play with substitute players.
Right.
Way they used to do back in back in my day, which a long time ago. They used to shuttle tight ends in there or shuttle guards and have them trade out on every play, bringing in the next play. Most teams now just signal it from the sideline. Here's a handoff. This goes to Gonzalez running around the right side. Mustangs are ready for him. Nick Marriott was waiting for him and picks him up short of the first down. And that'll bring up 4th and about 1.
Great play by Nick Marriott. He came up quickly to make sure that he got the tackle, and it's 4th and 1. It's a punting situation, but Coach Villarreal finally decided, he thought about it, but finally decided to set his punting unit.
Yeah, I've always liked his coaching style. He's he likes to roll the dice. He likes to put all the cards on the table, so to speak, now and again. But you got to pick and choose those moments, I suppose.
And there's a gadget play, Mark.
Oh, they did. Just as I look away, they got the first down and more. It's Major Free down the right sideline. And Weslaco goes for it on 4th down for the 3rd time tonight, and they convert in a huge way.
Well, Mark, you were right on the money on that one, talking about Tony Villarreal. Did he call you and tell you that he was going to do something like that? It looked like he knew something was going to happen.
I just have covered his games for about 20 years now, since he was in Port Isabel. And he likes to do it. This is Major Free, who had a big 52-yard run in the first half. There you see the Ozzy Salazar is the man who forced him out of bounds, but not till he got all the way to the Mustang 22-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff. Victor Cardoza spins his way at the 15 and up, has another first down at about the 10-yard line.
Nice run by Cardoza. I think he's listening to us, and we keep saying about how impressed we are with Trevor Spates, and a lot of the other running backs especially Eric Gonzalez. Cardosa, nice run up the middle. You have to remember most of these running backs, they're substituted in and out, so they're rested. Their legs are fresh, and that's the style for Tony Villarreal, what he likes to do.
That run, by the way, went 62 yards, and then this next one went 11 yards. Here's play action pass on 1st and 10 at the Mustang 10, and Lopez back to throw, but is going to be sacked. 3 Mustangs back there, including 99 Patrick Ohiaga getting in there for the sack. There's Ohiaga right there trotting out. Senior weighs 270 pounds.
He put on his power move right there, and Patrick on a rare sack, because you know the Panthers, they don't throw the ball a lot.
Yeah, that's the first sack of the game by either side. And who else was in there? It looked like number 50, Joseph Torres, a linebacker, in there on the blitz. 2nd down and 15 at the Mustang 15 now. 2:22 to play in the 3rd quarter. There's a sweep left, and this is Eric Gonzalez, who's tackled after a short gain. And it looked like for the Mustangs, it was 62, Oswaldo Calderon, the defensive end.
Stites also coming in on that tackle. And you know, Mark, the defense for Memorial Mustang seems to be doing a better job here in the second half. They've had a lot more stops here in the second half. They've been a little bit more successful.
Yeah. And we see the player trying to cool off there for the Mustangs. That's 51, Andres Fuentes. Has the fan on him, has ice on his chest. It's very humid out there. About 70% humidity at kickoff this evening. Sun has gone down, but with some rain earlier, it's still humid. Toss it right side. Big hole there for Gonzalez. Hit at the 5-yard line before he's forced back, but not before he picks up the first down. I think Joseph De Leon in there on the tackle along with Stites.
And that was a play that they had a lot of success with in the first half. Nice run by Eric Gonzalez on the fake up the middle.
Yeah, that was on 3rd down, by the way. So it brings up 4th and goal from the 5-yard line. Now this drive kept alive because of a 4th and 1 fake on a punt back at the weslaco 17-yard line. Clock running at under 51 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. And I think weslaco content to let the clock run down, and then they call a timeout.
You know, last year I recall in a real important game here when the Panthers were playing the Bulldogs, I recall Tony Villarreal calling some unusual timeouts, but every time he did that, something positive came out. I would like to go back to that fake punt, because that was quite a play. Nobody expected it, and maybe that fake punt also faked our MITV crew, where they don't have a replay. What do you think?
Oh, nothing fakes out the MITV guys. But yeah, big 62-yard run on the fake punt by weslaco.
You know, Coach Littleton's going to go back. There's not too many teams that can win with 4 turnovers, and you gave away 14 points. You had a possibility of getting 14 points. That's a 28-point swing.
Oh, here's another look at the punt. So you see Major Free, who's not the punter, that caught the snap and ran it all the way down the field for big yardage. So here's 4th and goal for weslaco. They hand it off left side, and it's no good. Stopped at the 2-yard line. That was Gonzalez on the run, and the Mustang defense rises to the occasion and stops weslaco inside the 5. Another big defensive stand there for Memorial.
And some Valley fans might be thinking, why did Coach Villarreal just add more points? And you can start thinking, even though they didn't get the first down, Mark, the Mustangs, they have to start on their own 1-yard line, and with 43 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, that's maybe one of the reasons why he didn't have any problems going for it.
Yeah, big defensive stop there for Memorial. Keeps them in this game. They're still down 3 scores. They're at the 1-yard line as Garcia goes back to throw. Is going to heave it down the right side. Johnson's there. Caught at the 30 and then pushed out of bounds. Big first down there for Memorial, and we talked about that earlier, how they would probably go back to it. just the jump ball that they throw up there to the 6-footer and let Johnson run under that. Good protection there for Garcia, too.
Good protection and good throw. He threw it high enough where Johnson could be the only player that could catch that. And that's what Coach Kaufman is looking for. He knows time is winding down. They need a big play, a good defensive play there also by Eduardo Hilpas.
Yeah, he's the one that pushed him out of bounds. So we now have a timeout on the field. 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. And that pass complete all the way out to the 36-yard line. 35-yard pickup there to Johnson. And, you know, we talked about that at halftime with the halftime adjustments. Put a balanced attack for Memorial. I felt it was important that they continue to go to the passing game, and probably there's Johnson. We take a look at him, the sophomore who just caught that big 35-yard pass, his second catch of the or his fourth catch of the night.
And you're right, Mark. You're right
if
about
they stick,
that.
You know, don't abandon the pass. Go to it. Obviously, not as much as the run. Maybe 2-to-1. You go with the run, but stick with the pass because they've had enough success to show that they can still move the football there.
You got to put the pressure on the defense, and it's pretty much, if it's going to be the Trevor Space show, he can't do it by himself. He needs help. Somebody else has to step up.
So Memorial first down at the 36, and they hand this off to Spates, who's caught in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss. He's wrapped up by, looked like number 72, defensive tackle Rene Pettis. Pettis has had a big night.
Yes, we've called out his name quite a few times. He's doing a good job. He's very quick. He's big, quick, and powerful. Most of the time, he's winning in the trenches with some kind of penetration. He's a defensive end.
Clock is at 8 seconds. We'll see if Memorial's able to get this off. It's second down and 11. He gives Spates actually a 1-yard loss as Garcia goes back to throw, throws it down the right sideline, looking for Johnson again, and this is overthrown and out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd and 11 as the third quarter has come to an end. So after 3, nobody scores in the third frame, and the score remains Weslaco 34 and McAllen Memorial 14. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen right here on MITV. And we're back here for the fourth quarter. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna, the rest of our MITV crew, our award-winning MITV crew. And the Mustangs facing 3rd down and 11 at their own 35-yard line. Teams have switched in, so Mustangs now moving from right to left, wearing their home navy blue as Garcia back to throw, has protection over the middle. It's tipped up in the air and intercepted at midfield. And here's a Weslaco player running back down the left sideline, is forced out of bounds by the center, Anthony Esparza. But a big return there of about 30 yards for the linebacker, Michael Brendan Torres, who caught the ball after it was tipped up in the air.
And every time it looks like the Mustangs might have some kind of hope, turnover. Turnover number 5.
Yeah, tipped up and intended for, looks like it was intended for number 7, Jonathan Sanchez, who can play quarterback and receiver. And I think that was, the defender was number 4, Jacob Martin for Weslaco. He tipped it up in the air, and then Brandon Torres intercepted, running it back from midfield, 34 yards, all the way to the Mustang 16-yard line. So Weslaco, 1st and 10 at the 16, will hand it off, and bullying their way forward for about 4 yards there is 32, Victor Cardoza.
And the Mustang defense has had a couple of more stops here in the second half, but it's just too much to ask for. The Panthers are due to put it in the end zone. You can't just stop them so many times. I guarantee you the coaches on the offensive side have been getting after their offense and kind of like just kind of relaxed too much. So 2nd and 5 here. Look for the Panthers to put in more points on this possession.
Robert Lopez, senior quarterback, barks out the signal, is going to hand it off. Cardoza again, right tackle, and is upended at the 10-yard line. Looked like he was knocked down by the Mustangs' number 32, Lucas Rios. Rios, the second leading tackler on this Mustang team, number 32 there. You can see just a little bit right over the football. the middle linebacker on this team.
And we have called out his name on quite a few number of times today. He's having a pretty good game there in that middle linebacker position.
Weslaco has not done well on third down. They're 1 for 6 in this game. Facing 3rd and 4. Handoff left side. You got a convoy of blockers there for Gonzalez, but more Mustang defenders in there who push him back at about the 8-yard line. He'll be at least a couple of yards short of the first down. They're going to spot this at the 8, and they'll bring up 4th and 2. Now, considering that Weslaco's already gone for it 4 times on 4th down, they might do it again here.
And that was a play that was being real successful in the first half. Pretty much a lot of the offensive plays were being real successful. But the Mustangs, let's give them credit. They haven't given up on defense. They're playing much better here in the second half.
Weslaco 1 for 4 on 4th downs in this game. And it looks like there might have been encroachment there. And now we see some whistles as they have tossed it to Cavazos running to the right side there. Cavazos already has an interception and a touchdown in this game.
And it's a defensive penalty, Mark, so that's going to give them an automatic first down.
5-yard penalty, field 4th down.
Yeah, so 4th and 2. And the 5-yard penalty is going to move it up to the Mustang 3-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for Weslaco. Weslaco, by the way, over 400 yards rushing in this game. They're at 401.
And I don't remember too many times when a Bill Littleton defense has given up more than 400 yards.
This Weslaco team with a lot of talented running backs. 6 down linemen there for the Mustangs. Also 2 linebackers look like they might blitz. So they rush 8. They hand it off up the middle. Cardoza hit, falls forward, and is brought down at the 1-yard line by Nick Marriott. 2-yard gain, and Marriott saves the touchdown.
So with 1 yard to go, you can pretty much pick any running back the Panthers want on this 2nd and 1. They have 3 more opportunities. I guarantee you Coach Marriott is going to go for it.
There's Marriott bringing him down, and also helping out Joseph Torres, number 50. Cody Stites in there late. Mustang still playing with a lot of pride, you can tell.
Oh, yes.
2nd down and 1 from the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal, I should say, as they hand this off. Cardoza going left side, trying to fight his way through, and nothing going. Just a wall of Mustangs there, and it's going to be 3rd down from just inside the 1. Clock running at 8:45 to play in this game. Panthers up 34-14. It has stayed that way since halftime.
And look out for the plays. We take a look at the replay. Good job on the penetration in the middles of the defense for the Mustangs. But look out for that play that Tony has run a couple of times where there's a fake up the middle and they pitch it out to the outside. It's been very successful. It's very difficult to stop.
Looked like Stites and Torres, a couple of the defenders in there on that play for Memorial. It's Coach Tony Villarreal there in the middle with the, looks like the game plan on a sheet dangling from his belt.
And he doesn't look happy, and so he calls a timeout. So competitive coach Tony Villarreal not happy, even though he's up by 20 with 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Look at him. We're looking at him on the screen, and he's complaining.
Well, you know, coaches are creatures of perfection by nature. And you say they're always looking to improve, and I can understand how, even though this game he may feel it's maybe decided, but he wants to keep improving because you're going to be playing strong teams as you go on. And as we take a look at the schedule here, next week Memorial will be off. They have 2 weeks to work on their game, and then they have a Thursday game, and then the rest are Friday games. Homecoming, of course, will be against Nicky Rowe on October 11th. You won't want to miss that one, and still plenty of time. They'll finish the season on a Thursday night, November, against the PSJA Bears. So it's still going to be tough. And here's Weslaco out of timeouts. Here they go on 3rd down and goal. They're going to hand it off quickly to Cardoza, and Cardoza nothing doing as the Mustangs break that one up again. That was 32 who was in there, Lucas Rios once
nice
more.
Play again by Lucas Rios. See, I told Coach Villarreal to do that fake up the middle in the pitch, and he didn't listen to me. But Nick Marriott also coming in to help out. Good play. This is something that Coach Littleton and defensive coordinator Moses Patterson can work on. That defense has made some adjustments here in the second half and has made it harder for the Weslaco Panthers.
They actually lose a yard, so it'll be 4th and goal. They'll go for it from the 2-yard line. Weslaco with the football. Split backfield. They fake it up the middle, toss it right side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez extends his arms for the end zone just as he goes down. And what is the call there? I think they're calling a touchdown.
And Mark, that was the play I was talking about. So he listened to me here. That fake up the middle and that pitch had been real successful. He just has too many plays to call. You can't stop them all.
So 4th and goal from the 2. Gonzalez was hit in the backfield, but able to extend himself and extend that football just over the goal line for the touchdown. Here's the extra point try by Palomares, and that is good. So Weslaco on 4th and goal gets the score, and they increase their lead to 41-14 over McAllen Memorial. 7:24 to play here in the 4th quarter. We'll take another look at the touchdown here as you see the fake to Cardosa and then toss out to Gonzalez. And see the knee goes down. Looked like maybe an instant before he extended the ball over the goal line.
I don't know about this one, Mark. I think if we would have had a replay, the knee was down before the ball went into the end zone. So I would say on this beautiful camera angle, I would have to say that this would not have been a touchdown in professional football or college football if they had the instant replay rule. But this happened so fast for us. We're looking at it up here in slow-mo because we have the privilege and the benefit of those cameras that cost a lot of money. About how much money does that replay camera cost, Mark?
Oh my goodness, it's in the thousands. It's certainly greater than my salary. I know that much. By the way, Eric Gonzalez, his 3rd touchdown of the night. You see the lovely Mustang cheerleaders there, continuing to exhort their team. They never lose their spirit. And here's the squib kick, picked up by the Mustangs at about the 16, run across to about the 30, spin move at the 35, and still fighting his way up close to the 40-yard line. A terrific return there by Ozzy Salazar.
And Ozzy Salazar is just a sophomore, so there's something else to build, although we know that Trevor Spates is also a sophomore.
Yeah, a lot of young players on this Mustang team. So we look at their, take a look at the replay there, and you're going to see some great running there by Salazar. Good blocking in there too, as he just continued to shed tackles.
And pretty much now that you're down a lot of points, 41-14, here's where the coaches start thinking about the next games to build on. The offense needs to try to stay on the field for
Before the
get
snap,
something positive out
ball
of
start
this.
on the offense.
False start.
5-yard penalty,
They'll go
still
back
first
5
down.
yards. It'll be 1st and 15. But here's where you try to build on for next week.
Yeah, there's always things you can work on, always things you can build on. By the way, it's talking about the youth of the Mustangs. 5 of their 11 starters tonight are not seniors. So the players that'll be back next year. And here's a long toss down the left side intended for Johnson. That goes incomplete. And Johnson guarded deep downfield by number 10, Chris Marroquin. Brings up 2nd down, 15.
And 3 of those kids are very young. They're sophomores. Sanchez is a sophomore. Johnson is a sophomore. And Spates is a sophomore. They're part of that team that they had at Cassie. Can you imagine them when they were 8th graders?
Yeah, they were something else. Weslaco up 41-14. They've outscored Memorial 7-0 here in the 2nd half after a lot of fireworks in the 1st quarter. Here's Spates, speaking of fireworks, breaks a lot of tackles, has the 1st down, surges into Weslaco territory up to about the 40-yard line. Just a quiet run there by Spates as he just continued to break tackles, but gets about 27 yards on the carry.
Anytime he gets to the sidelines, he's quite dangerous. He broke a couple of tackles. Good tackle right there, one-on-one tackle by the Weslaco defender.
Clock is under 7 minutes to play in this game. Weslaco up by 4 touchdowns, and here's a tip pass, but it's caught in a hook and lateral that they give up to Spates, but Weslaco is there, and they'll hold Spates to about a 2-yard gain. But I like the idea, a little gadget play there, a little trickery there by the Mustangs. They almost break it.
Nice play, nice gadget play. You never know. Element of surprise. I think the ball was tipped by the defense.
Tipped up in the air, but still got to Johnson, who did the lateral immediately to Spates. So here's Garcia on 2nd and 6. Wants to throw long down the left sideline. Johnson is open, but it's underthrown. Johnson open at the 10-yard line, but just couldn't quite get to the football as it was thrown a little bit too inside. Once again, Marroquin on the coverage. But once they work out the timing, I think that's going to be a dangerous duo, Garcia and Johnson. 3rd down and 6 now for Memorial.
And you can probably include Sanchez in there too. He's also 6'2", 6'3".
Mustangs 3 for 8 on 3rd down. Facing a 3rd and 6 at the Weslaco 38. Garcia back to throw. Has time. Throws it long left side. And it's intended for Sanchez and just overthrown. Sanchez guarded by Cavazos on the left sideline. And that'll bring up 4th and 6.
Good job on defense there by Andrew Cavazos, who has had a great game as a defensive back for the Panthers.
So it looks like the Mustangs will go for it here. This will be their first time to go for it on 4th down this evening as they face 4th and 6 at the Weslaco 38-yard line. 5:58 to go in the game. Handoff Spates right side. Has a convoy of blockers. 1st down and more. Turns it outside. Breaks a tackle at the 30. Inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line before he's brought down by number 24, Matthew Lopez.
And here's another skill that's being demonstrated by Trevor Spates. He used the stiff arm to get a couple of extra yards. Good job on the right side. Look how he was following his buddy up there, Brian Velasco. And right there you saw him just use his left arm on a stiff arm to gain a couple of extra yards.
Renee Bettis also in there on the tackle. Long pass for the end zone on 1st down, and it's picked off in the end zone by Cavazos. Cavazos, his 2nd pick of the night, was following Johnson closely, and I thought Johnson was going to catch that for a touchdown. Cavazos with terrific closing speed to pick that one off in the end zone. That's the 6th turnover tonight on the Mustangs, and I believe 3 that have occurred inside the end zone or near the end zone.
Cavazos doing an excellent job. He just went for the ball. He was in great defensive position. Just said, hey, I want this ball more than you do. Cavazos, in my opinion, is the defensive player of the game.
And remember, you only need 1 foot inbounds, just like in college. Cavazos with a good catch there. So Weslaco on 1st and 10 runs a sweep to the left side, and that's strung out by the Mustangs. Oscar Villalon is the ball carrier. And he got to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and 10. There's the Weslaco marching band. I'm certainly happy. You might be able to hear their drum corps. So Weslaco leading 41-14 here in the district opener for the Panthers. And Memorial 1-0 coming into tonight in district play, but in danger of falling to 1-1. 2nd down and 10, play action pass. Or correction, they're 0-1 coming into tonight, so they could fall to 0-2. And by the way, a pickup of 2 there for Weslaco. They bring up 3rd down and, or excuse me, a pickup of 6. So they'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
I look for the Panthers to keep this ball on the ground and keep the clock rolling. We have now less than 5 minutes to go in this game. They're up 41-14.
Panthers 1 for 8 on 3rd down in this game. But they've gone for it 6 times on 4th down. Now they've got a very tight, kind of a turtle-shaped formation there as everybody's in tight. They hand it off right side and get it up to about the gain of about 3. I think they're going to be just short of the 1st down. Nick Marriott, the tackler.
Now I know Tony Vidal likes to take risks. I just don't think he's going to go for this one. As you take a look at the replay, there was a real nice hit right there, Mark, by Nick Marriott. And he also had a lot of help.
Cody Stites in there
Cody
too.
Stites, who has had a very good game also.
And we've got a timeout on the field. This is called by Memorial. Weslaco's out of timeouts, by the way. 4:28 to play in the game, and 4th down and 1 here for Weslaco. Panthers have gone for it 6 times. They may just do it again.
Uh-oh, I see some lightning, Mark.
Yep, and by the way, speaking of lightning, Weslaco's had a terrific game tonight, so here's the opponents that have to look out for those Panthers. The following week after this, the Panthers take on PSJA Memorial. Then they've got the Nicky Rowe Warriors, which should be a whale of a game. That'll be, for Weslaco, it's a road game. You see some more lightning back there. So that game will have here on football night in McAllen. Nicky Rowe against Weslaco. PSJA North is the homecoming for the Panthers. Then they've got their crosstown rival Weslaco East. Then they finish up the schedule in early November. Panthers have decided to punt the football. And this will take a little bit of a Panther bounce at about the Mustang territory at about the 36-yard line where the Panthers will down it. So 1st and 10 for Memorial at their own 36 with 4:17 to play in the game. Panthers 41, Mustangs 14. It was 34-14 at halftime. And Panthers have scored 7. Mustangs haven't scored at all here in the second half.
The second half going much quicker than the first half. The first half took about an hour and a half.
So Weslaco has put Sanchez back at quarterback. They snap to him in the shotgun, handoff to Spates. A flag goes down as Spates spins his way for a gain of about 2.
I think we're going to have a face mask.
Chris got him on now.
Face mask on the defense.
You're exactly right. Face mask on the defense.
15-yard penalty. First down.
And they changed the rule a couple years ago to where any face mask is now 15 yards. Yeah, you see it
Right
there,
there.
and that would have been 15 in any era. Used to be if you grab the mask and immediately let go, it would be 5 yards. But now, if you grab the mask at all, and certainly if you yank on it, it's going to be 15. Clock at 4:06. The ball now 1st and 10 for Memorial in Weslaco territory, about the 46. Sanchez back to throw, but nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked. And Weslaco's number 50, Pascual Vasquez, a junior defensive lineman, does a good job getting in there and pushes Sanchez back all the way back to his own 42.
Good hustle on Sanchez.
Loss of 12 on the play.
Overall, the Weslaco Panthers have looked very good today, and if they're in line for another run at the district title.
Yeah, they were second last year, only to Weslaco East, which beat them 24-0. Here's Garcia going to throw it down the right sideline, and it's incomplete, intended for Asael Garza.
I think Tony Verial had a chance at that catch. But in that, I don't know, we're going to take a look at the replay, but another plus for Trevor Spates. This time he stayed in the backfield to help block. If we take a look at him right down the right side of the screen, left side of the screen,
Oh, yeah,
did a good job of
did pick
pass
up a
protection.
good block there. Yeah, that one sack aside, Mustangs have generally done a good job in pass protection here tonight. 2 receivers to the right side. They're going to run a draw play to Spates. Surges ahead to about the 46-yard line. And the ball comes out, but I think they're going to rule him down by contact. I think he was brought down from behind by number 90 on the defense, Chris Carmona.
Chris Carmona trying to make a name for himself as a backup. There's quite a number of backups up there now playing.
And now the Mustangs facing a 4th and 18. Looks like they will bring on the punting unit. Clock is under 3 minutes to play in this game. It's the snap. Weslaco, a token rush. High punt. Weslaco will not try to go after it, and the Mustangs touch it at about the 30 after it takes a Weslaco bounce back up field, and the Mustangs down it at the Weslaco 31-yard line with 2 minutes 30 seconds to play in the game. And Weslaco ahead 41-14. By the way, if you want to purchase home varsity game tickets for all McAllen games, Mustangs, Bulldogs, or Warriors, you don't have to go to the ticket office anymore. Just go online at mcallenisd.org/athletics. And you can use your credit card and I believe your debit card, and you can buy tickets right there online. You print them out just like you do e-tickets or something like that. If you've ever bought airline tickets that way or movie tickets, you can do it all online these days, including purchase tickets to home games for McAllen ISD football.
McAllen ISD providing A+ service. As you know, we provide an A+ education opportunity here at McAllen ISD with a TLCQ, the IB program, the Let's Move campaign in the highly regarded health and physical education programs in McAllen ISD.
Yeah, the only Valley school district to get a physical education program grant. 3 years, $1.9 million. I think one of just 3 school districts in the state of Texas.
That is correct.
Am I right? To get that that grant. So McAllen tried to do everything to encourage children of all ages to develop healthy living habits, exercise, and eating.
And we're also open enrollment, I do understand.
District does have open enrollment. 41-14 Weslaco on top. 2:24 to go. Weslaco with the football, trying to run out the clock. They hand this off up the middle. A big hole there and a first down for number 26, Javier Galvan. By the way, Weslaco well over 400 yards rushing in this game.
And I did talk to Coach Derail earlier today, and he did tell me, he says, Mario, I don't have one outstanding back. I have 4 or 5. It's running backs by committee is what he said. And true to form, he's proven that tonight.
And usually when coaches tell you that, you look with kind of a skeptical eye, like, oh, he's just being diplomatic. He doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that. He wants to encourage all his players. But in this case, I'd have to say it's true. They've got a lot of talent. At least 5, maybe 6 good running backs they have there that they can shuffle in and out. That last carry by number 20, Brian Guetta.
And something I appreciate about our Valley coaches is a color commentator. I call him, I talk to him. Coach Marroquin from PSJ, real positive. Coach Reyes. They are willing to talk to the media.
Oh, and here's a big run here down the right side, and he's running away from the defense. He's at the 10, and he's in for a touchdown. And Weslaco adds a little bit of more salt to the wound. Number 33, Oscar Villalon, with a long touchdown run of 51 yards. But I think there is a flag down.
On the offense.
And wow, another running back out there, Mark.
And that's at least 2 touchdowns Weslaco has had negated by penalties here tonight. And this one wipes out a 51-yard run by Oseo Gonzalez.
How many more running backs is Coach Villarreal going to throw out there?
Oh, excuse me, Oscar Villalon with the big run, but negated. Now, you know, when he grows up and he tells his children about that play, he's not going to mention the penalty.
You know what? He can get the video here and just show that part and just delete. Now with the technology, you just delete the rest of the part and nobody knows.
That's right. Miracles of modern technology. But so the touchdown is taken off the board. They move it back 15 yards. And the ball now spotted in Weslaco territory at their own 47 as they do a play action, or excuse me, they hand it off at the middle, but that's bottled up. Quarterback was carrying out his fake with the pass, and I thought he still had the football. Good fundamentals there by new quarterback number 14, Paul Rodriguez. You know, you can tell well-coached teams when you see the little fundamentals that all the players, even when the backup players do the little things like carrying out fakes and things like that. You can tell.
I'm still not satisfied. As you can take a look at him, he's all over them. And you would think he's behind 41-14, which is not. And he's all over them because that's how he coaches, his high expectations. You play from the minute the clock starts in the first quarter until the end of the game.
By the way, Mustangs have called timeout. That's their last one with 1:25 left in the game. 3rd and 8 situation for Weslaco. Weslaco on top 41-14, so Weslaco is going to be 1-0 in the district, and they'll be 2-1 overall. So they played one less game than everybody else because of they took a bye in the previous week. Here's a handoff left side. This is Villalon. Going to go nowhere this time as the Mustangs bottle this one up. Lucas Rios and Nick Marriott in there on the tackle for a loss of yards, and will bring up 4th down. Clock is running at 1:09 to go in the game.
And Mark, it's early in the season. The Mustangs are not used to being 0-2. But I wonder what would have happened in this game if you just take away those 6 turnovers. I wonder what kind of game we would have had.
It was 3 of those turnovers occurred in or near the end zone.
Correct. So that's a possible 21 points there, and then you lost 14 by giving it away. So, I mean, there's not too many teams that can win when you have 6 turnovers. Yeah,
twice tonight Weslaco has picked off interception in the end zone. But you do have to hand it to the Panthers as creating 6 turnovers tonight. And they give up 2 long runs to Trevor Spates, but nothing else. and they've shut out Memorial here in the second half. Weslaco led 34-14 at halftime, and actually led 20-14 after the first quarter, so the Mustangs have not scored since the first quarter. Here's a punt by Weslaco, by the way. Bounces at the Mustang 30, fielded at the 25 by Ozzy Salazar, who's brought down after a gain of 1. Tackle there by number 29, Andrew Hernandez for Weslaco. And the Mustangs have 30 seconds left, no timeouts. See if they can build on something positive here for the following week, although they do have a bye week coming up, so time to work on some things. And then they'll resume the rest of their district schedule. But since the Mustangs scored to cut the Weslaco lead to 20-14, Weslaco has scored 21 unanswered points. Memorial will fall to 1-3 overall, 0-2 in district play. And the Mustangs, with Emmanuel Garcia in there at quarterback, going to hand this off to Spates, running right side, dodges a tackler, hurdles another man, and is up to about the 34-yard line. And that may be the last play. Gain of 8 on the play there for Spates, who has had a terrific game. Maybe close to 200 yards rushing for Spates in this game, including 2 long touchdown runs from 56 and 60 yards out. 3 seconds left, and Mustangs setting up for one more play. See if they get it snapped in time, and they do not. Now a flag goes down. So I'm wondering if they're going to call delay of game, but I would think with the clock showing 0, they're just going to say that's the game, and yes, I believe it is. So no flag on the play. Game is over, and the final score, Weslaco 41, mcallen Memorial 14. Congratulations to the Weslaco Panthers, who rack up 421 yards rushing here tonight. Touchdowns by Eric Gonzalez. He had 3 touchdowns. Then Andrew Cavazos, Oseo Gonzalez, and Pete Noriega had 1 touchdown each. Noriega's an interception return for a TD. And for mcallen Memorial, 244 yards rushing tonight, 78 through the air. Trevor Spates with the 2 touchdowns for the Mustangs here tonight. So that'll do it for tonight. Weslaco 41, mcallen Memorial 14. For Mario Reyna, the rest of our MITV crew, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time right here on Football Night in McAllen.